getting.
Got you. A surface level, somebody who is kind of quick-tempered, somebody who say what they mean, all that stuff, you wouldn't suspect that they would even get with a narcissist or wouldn't last long. But you said you had a past experience with a narcissist.
Yeah.
How did that happen? Let's start there.
This is funny. Oh, Lord. No, I feel like with narcissists, you don't see them coming sometimes, you know? Like, you might feel like they're so sweet. For me, in my past experience, I met a guy, he just love bombed me. You know?
Okay.
He showered me with money and gifts and all of these things, so I wasn't able to really pay attention to his character. But come to find out, the reason why he was doing this is because he didn't want me to pay attention to his character. He didn't want to get to know me. He just wanted me for his own personal reasons. So,
Hey everybody, it's your girl DJ with Plan for Keeps Dating App and Podcast, and today I have Tieara Leeann. She is a mental health therapist, show host, author, actress, and entrepreneur from Dayton, Ohio. She is passionate about health and fashion. She has a master's in social work, which she uses to assist individuals, children, and families with psychological needs. When she's not busy filming, writing, coaching people through anxiety or their relationship problems, she is focusing on her own newfound love. Her motto is bringing love and motivation to any room she walks in. Today, she is here to speak on how she looks at relationships now versus when she was younger, femininity versus masculinity, and past experiences with dating a narcissist.
yes.
Oh, that's a lot.
Look, I know.
Oh, how are you today?
I'm doing great.
You doing good?
Yes.
Well, I want to thank you for making time to stop by to talk about all of these topics. Before we dive in, though, I feel like when you become a mental health professional, we all have a story. So I would love to hear yours. I don't know if it has anything about dealing with a narcissist or if it just started way before then.
No. Well, first off, thank you for having me here. My whole thing when it comes to mental health is just getting people to understand that it's about happiness, you know. Growing up, I've always kind of took the route where I wanted to get to know people on a deeper level. Like, it wasn't even a spiritual thing. It was just like, I want to know, like, why do you do that? If you do this, like, why are you doing that? So I just got really, really interested in human behavior. And I think from there, it kind of like just sparked my my nerdiness to, you know,
to learn about the brain and all of that stuff. Can you think of a pivotal moment, maybe in childhood or as a teenager, where you was like, okay, this is what I want to go to school for?
That's the thing. I think I always have gravitated towards people who were kind of different, you know? And I feel like I've always been able to be that safe space for them, that safe place for them to come to and, you know, not be judged or feel like somebody is going to talk about them, tell their business. So as I grew up, I was like, you know what? I'm really good at listening to people. Yeah. And I really feel like it's a passion and it's also a skill. So I was just like, why not go to school for that? I didn't want to do like nursing. I never see myself doing other stuff like that. So I was just like, this fits me. Social work actually is where I implemented it. Meeting the needs of people, meeting the needs of myself. I'm into self-care. I'm into, you know, serving people. I'm into politics. Like, I love everything about the world. I want to know what's going on in the world. So,
got you. Okay. So, another thing I want to ask you about. So, you're a show host and an author. Does that also tie into your background in mental health?
It does. Well, I feel like my book does. I brought a book. It's called Understanding Anger. It's out on Amazon. So, go grab that.
We'll have the links in the show notes for sure.
But, yeah. So, the whole anger management thing is, girl, I used to be a mess. People don't now even understand. Like, I used to literally be a mess, a complete mess. So I just wanted to make my mess a message because I've been through a lot that people would never even think when they see me or they meet me, they just see this soft person. And it was just like, no, I've been through some hard times, but I got through them. And I've always been kind of secretive, girl. I'm an Aries. So we are kind of like, we're private.
Yeah.
So it's just like me being able to see that, okay, I use all these tools and I got through these situations. Why not share that with someone else, or why not, learn more about it? So that's kind of why I wrote the book about anger. I figured out the cheat code to controlling your anger.
Okay, yeah. That's gonna be a
you
good
can't
read.
always beat up people when you want to do that. So I had to do my research on it, master that, and then I wrote a book.
That's dope.
Yeah.
Okay, and now your show. Tell us a little bit about your show.
So the show came about during the pandemic when everybody was closed down and, just ripped away from society.
Okay.
I just wanted to come up with something that was entertaining, come up with something that was educating and just allowing me to just show up. I wanted to get out of bed, so I used to go to the office and stuff with my other two co-hosts, and we just started talking about different topics, depression. We even dove deep into like body dysmorphia, just dealing with like psychotic thoughts, and psychosis and stuff like that. It was just it was a good experience. But now I think with my new show that's coming out will be more so just interviewing, allowing people to kind of just walk me through their life and just to inspire other people.
I think that'll be dope.
Yeah,
that'll be really dope. Okay. Awesome. So we're going to dive into these topics. I think this is a good segue because you talked about anger and being angry growing up.
Yeah.
Your first topic on how you viewed relationships back then versus now. Thinking of your younger self, how did you maneuver through relationships, you would say?
Just learning and becoming more emotional intelligent.
Okay.
I feel like when I was younger, I wasn't as tapped into my emotions like that. So it was like I was dating for fun, dating for whatever reason I wanted to date for. But like now I'm older, I'm dating for intentions. It's more intentional. So, yeah.
Now, when you said now you feel you're more emotionally intelligent, when you think about yourself back then, how did your actions display that your emotional intelligence wasn't as high as today?
Just the way that I control myself, the way that I conduct myself, and the way that I was just seeing things, like my perspective on, okay, let's say, for instance, when I was younger, I had a boyfriend. His name was Dylan.
Okay.
And Dylan, we was together for a very long time. It was my childhood sweetheart. Like, we were just together for a long time, and he's actually dead now. So rest in peace to Dylan. But he was kind of like a big brother, but he was like my boyfriend. He was a protector. So that's when I started to see like, okay, I like this. I like that he is, always there when I need him. But I also had to check myself because I used to just be blabbing off, just popping off. I feel like all of us have. As women, we just grow up and we learn. Like, all of that is just unnecessary. Like, if we have a problem, we can address it. I don't want to be busting out your windows and all that. Like, I don't want to do that no more.
Okay. So it sounds like you used to let your emotions run you before you logically be like, okay, let me take a step back.
Oh yeah, I was hot. I was a hot-headed person. I really was.
Give folks a tip because you wrote a whole book. Give like a woman who's in a relationship who feels like their emotions just control them and they're just super reactive, but they want to do better, but they don't know how. What's a good tip you'll give?
I would say control what's in your control, and other people are not in your control. No matter how we want them to be, you have to understand that everybody have a right to do what they want to do, say what they want to say. So the only thing you can control is you.
Yeah.
And when you learn that, I feel like that's just the key to relationships in general.
Yeah.
Like, control yourself.
Yeah.
You can't change how a person is treating you. You can't change how, what a person buy you, or you can't change none of that, but you can give that to yourself.
Yeah.
You can display that to other people so they'll know exactly how to treat you. So I would just say to control what's in your control, and also shifting your perspective sometimes help.
How does one shift their perspective?
Just like today, for an example, we were on for 4:00, you know, and I was running a little late. If I would not have texted you, you could have had your mind just go to all these other places. Like, she don't want to come. Who she think she is? She late. She da-da-da-da. You know, like, anything could have sparked your thoughts to say or think of these negative things, right?
Right.
Or you could have just thought of it as maybe she got pulled over, or maybe, you know, it was traffic. Maybe it was raining. Like, why don't we never shift our perspective of thinking something that's not as personal?
No, right.
We always take things so personal to, you know.
That's a fact.
And that has a lot to do with our emotions and our behaviors, because of your thoughts, you're acting on your thoughts when they're just thoughts.
Right.
It's not factual. Like, we'll never know what people are thinking sometimes, or what they're going through. So I think just shifting your perspective will help a lot in relationships and controlling your anger.
Got you. I got one more question for you before we move to the second topic. So in regards to, you said something that kind of sparked this question. People feel like other people are responsible for their feelings, right? Which I think also sparks heavy emotions. When you think on that, is there a tip you could give to people to help them understand that you are responsible for your feelings, and how a person may come at you, you have to control yourself in a situation? Do you get what I'm asking you?
Like, what tip for a person that may think, like, try to make people treat them the way they want to be treated?
That's a good example. And then, that's pretty much it. Because, like, say if a woman is upset with her man because maybe he did something, and he doesn't feel the same way that she does, and she's upset, but he's not upset, and she's basically letting him control her emotions, her feelings, because she feels he's responsible.
Exactly.
For them. Yeah,
a lot of people do that. When it comes to that, I feel like most people that I meet with that kind of character, I always tell them, like, to try your best to always give the tip, control what's in your control, but ultimately do some soul searching within yourself to add to your value, to add to yourself. You get what I'm saying? Your self-love is going to save you every time. Because if you're so consumed in what other people are thinking or how people are treating you, you're not spending enough time in how you're treating yourself.
I agree.
You shouldn't ever let nobody, like, control you or control your thoughts or feel like you could control somebody else. Only person you could control is you.
Got you. Femininity versus masculinity. This is a big topic.
I know.
Oh,
it is.
What are your thoughts around femininity and masculinity? And do you feel learning about this has helped you in your growth?
Yes.
I feel like it has for me too, but I would love to hear your thoughts on this topic.
I feel like we have to address it because it's very much a thing.
Yeah.
Like, you meet so many people, and they have their own personalities, and everybody is entitled to that. But I feel like as women, we have to learn how to just flourish in our energy. And I feel like once we do that, life gets a little bit easier for us. It's like a superpower. And for me too.
Got you. How does a woman flourish into their power, as you say? I think that's what you said.
Yes, just being more understanding, just being more light on your toes, not coming off so bossy and aggressive and just entitled. Gotcha. I feel like we are living in a world of a lot of entitlement. People want things the way that they want it, and there's nothing wrong with that. But if we're planning on working together, those two energies have to balance.
Got you. For you, what would you say your struggle was with femininity and masculinity within yourself? Because like you said, it's a balance within us. Mm-hmm. I can give my own personal story. I lean very heavily in my masculine in my relationships. I was the doer. Yeah. Like, and it affected me greatly. Yeah. Where I had to learn how to sit back more, pay attention more, so I could attract better. For you,
Yeah.
it was, I could tell yours probably was very different from mine.
Well, no.
Okay.
I'm the only child, so I'm by nature I'm independent, you know. But for me, I would say when I come across masculine men, it's something about a masculine man that just makes me just so chill and just so calm. And then, like, the more I paid attention to that, I'm like, okay, that's what I need. That's what I like. So, it was a struggle when I was younger because of, I feel like maybe my environment. My mom is, she is gay. So she grew up, my mom is like a tomboy. So she has a very masculine energy.
Okay.
You know, but, so some of it got rubbed off on me. So like I said, I used to be popping off, talking all crazy and stuff to my boyfriends, just thinking I can do that. So I wasn't the one that was like, okay, I'm about to buy stuff, I'm about to do this, but I was the one like, no, you know, boss is like, you need to do this. And then as I got older, I'm like, I don't even have to do that. Like, I can just be silent and get what I want.
What was a pivotal moment for you that made you realize I don't have to do all of that?
When I got with somebody that was very masculine and that explained that to me and was able to articulate it in a way for me to be like, okay, I understand. This is how I need to move going forward if I want to get the things that I want out of life and be, you know, a partner to someone. So, yeah, I start paying a lot of attention to that, to my results that I was getting.
Got you. On a surface level, somebody who is kind of quick-tempered, somebody who say what they mean, all that stuff, you wouldn't suspect that they would even get with a narcissist or wouldn't last long. Mm-hmm. But you said you had a past experience with a narcissist.
Yeah.
How did that happen? Let's start there.
This is funny. Oh, Lord. No, I feel like with narcissists, you don't see them coming sometimes, you know? Like, you might feel like they're so sweet. For me, in my past experience, I met a guy, he just love bombed me. You know?
Okay.
He showered me with money and gifts and all of these things, so I wasn't able to really pay attention to his character. But come to find out, the reason why he was doing this is because he didn't want me to pay attention to his character. He didn't want to get to know me. He just wanted me for his own personal reasons. So, dealing with that was just, it was a struggle, honestly. It was good at some moments, but for the most part, it was a mental struggle for me.
What was the point in the relationship where you figured out he was a narcissist? Like, was it the love bombing and then all of a sudden it stopped?
No, when he would get in trouble or like when he would do things, mess up on things or run late or whatever, anything that he was doing and he had like bad results in, he would blame me.
Oh, my God.
How is that my fault? Like, he can be all the way over in another country and blame me for his mistakes. I can't just imagine like the headspace I had to be in at that moment. I'm like, I was just lost for words. I couldn't believe it. But so it was just a repeated thing. He kept doing it. And then I started paying attention to his patterns. I'm like, oh, okay. Like, you will never be really, truly happy. Like, everything that you're going through, you trying to blame it on me. But it's really you because you don't want to do the work within yourself.
How did you break that relationship off?
You got to ghost them. You got to ghost them. You gotta go.
He ain't trying to pop up in no crazy.
Yes, all the time. It went on for a long little period, but at the end of the day, no means no. So when I'm done, I'm done. Like, it reached a level where I felt like it never got physical, but it could have gotten physical. And I was just like, before it get like this, let me exit myself because, like, you're not about to take me up through there like that.
Got you.
Nah.
How long were you with him?
We was talking for about 3 years.
Okay, 3 years. I don't know why I thought you was going to say 3 months. But I said,
no, like 3
years.
2. I'll give it 2. Like 2 strong, solid years. But we was talking in the beginning. Like I said, I never seen it coming. I thought he was very cool, which he could be a good person. But I feel like with narcissists, they will never change. So it's just something that, as a woman, if you're dealing with a narcissist or a man, you got to accept that. Like, it's nothing that you can really do.
How do you move now in relationships to make sure you don't run into patterns from the past?
I pay attention. I'm going to ask you questions. I'm going to pay attention to the things that you don't even think I'm paying attention to. While you want to flash your money and gifts and all that stuff, I am so past that. When you deal with a narcissist, you got to be careful because that's one way for them to come in.
Gotcha.
Is to lead with those material things.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying?
Would you say in the past you paid more attention to material things versus other things?
Yeah. I can say that.
What type of things do you pay attention to now?
Now I pay attention to how you treat other people, how you treat yourself. You know, are you just self-serving? When I meet men and all they talk about is me. I can't deal with that. Like, you need to be a part of something where I feel like I can be a partner. I can come and assist you, or I can, I want to be a part of your world. You want to be a part of my world. Don't make it just seem like it's just all about you. So, yeah, are you loving? Are you caring?
Or even vice versa. Tell a story of a time someone tried to get close to you and you pulled back. And then why?
A time where I was trying to get close to somebody, then I pulled back?
Yeah, or vice versa. Maybe you was trying to get close to somebody and they pulled back. Do you have a situation like that at all?
A time where I was trying to get close to someone. Yes. I mean, I have dated men that I feel like I wasn't able to make a connection with. And I feel like maybe they was pulling back for their own little reasons. I don't know why.
Okay. Let me dig in this one. I got all these questions mixed up for other stuff too. Do you have a type? If so, is this type good for you?
I like my type, honestly. I like businessmen. I like men that's about their business. I like men that work on their physical and mental health.
Okay.
I like men that have those family values that's family oriented.
Mm-hmm.
I love that. And I like men that can hold intellectual conversations.
Got you.
I'm a sucker for that.
Got you. And it sounds like that type is good for you now.
It is good for me.
What was your type in the past?
My type in the past? This is rough. A little rough. Like, don't get me wrong. I want you to have some roughness, some street smarts to you. But I used to date street men.
Got you.
Yeah. Street
Got you.
guys.
Okay. Now, what's the most invested you've ever been in a relationship?
Invested?
Yeah. And you got to give a scenario, a situation.
Invested.
Or you can, let me rephrase that question. What's the craziest thing you've ever done for the sake of love?
To me, and it's so crazy that you said that, I feel like I am not a person that's about to try to take on paying your bills and doing all that. Like, I'm not a trick,
Yeah.
So, what they call it, paymasters. I'm not, but if I spend money on you, I love you. Like, I really like you. And I feel like with my ex, I used to give him some really nice gifts. And just blew a large bag,
That was cool.
But I loved him like that.
That's cool. See, that's nothing.
Yeah.
You look like you cringing a little bit.
I love him like that.
That's cool. That's
Yeah.
cool. Yeah, don't be a trick.
But I invested a lot of time, money, energy, all of that. Spiritual, I invested a lot. But when you tag that money onto that, it's a different story. That's a different investment.
I feel
because you can't get it back.
Right.
Give me my money back. I'm looking.
What is your love language? And then give me a real life example of how someone expressed love to you in your love language.
Ooh, my love language is words of affirmation.
Oh, that's mine too.
Words of affirmation and acts of kindness. I want you to tell me how beautiful I am. I want you to tell me how much you love me. Like, I like to hear you just give me that motivation. Just talk to my soul for a minute. I feel like, and I do that the same.
Yeah.
But some people don't know how to return it. You be like, hello.
Right.
Let's be out there to try. Like, I just told you how good you look.
Right.
Then when I look good, you don't say nothing.
That's bad.
I can't be with nobody with that.
I feel that. Okay. Do you have any unusual pet peeves while in the dating phase?
Pet peeves. Pet peeves. What are some of my pet peeves?
And it got to be unusual if you can think of any.
Unusual?
I think of this guy that I was
Tell me yours, yeah.
I don't even know if it's a pet peeve. I think anybody would like steer away from this. But I was this guy I was talking to. He was really funny. Like he was telling a joke and some spit came out of his mouth. I was telling the joke and I never talked to him again.
Oh my God.
Because of that. It disgusted me so bad. See, and then there was another girl who came on and I think she said something to the effect of, I could think her and the guy was on a date and he dipped his chip in the they both were sharing it, but I think it was something where he mixed the salsas or something he did and it turned her off. So I don't know if you've had any experiences like that, or maybe, I don't know, maybe the guy has some weird pair of shoes when you're like,
Yeah.
It could be petty.
Mine is if you can't dress. Like if you're a man and I feel like you can't dress, that's a big turn off for me.
What if the conversation was fire?
I'm gonna have to dress you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got you. My last question as far as these. While in a relationship or dating someone, what is a good reason not to give up?
What is a good reason?
Not to give up.
If a man shows you that he has your back no matter what, if a man show you that he is trying and that you're the woman that he chose and he's willing to do whatever for you, I feel like you shouldn't give up. If you feel like all of your needs are met with that guy, don't give up. If you feel like yourself with him, don't give up.
Got you. What if you had all of that, but something came up in the relationship that maybe is a boundary for you? Would you still try to push through it, or?
And I feel like if you have kids, that's one of my biggest things. Yeah, kids. If kids are involved,
do your best to
do your best. Yeah.
Got you.
I don't have kids yet, so I guess it's easy for me to say.
I'm gonna tell you, it's easy for you. But I feel that though.
It's easy for me to say, but
I feel that though. Okay. Let the audience know what projects you got going on.
Well, right now, I am working, like you said, on a show. So it's going to be a really big show that's very interesting. I'm going to have a lot of guests on where I'm interviewing them. And hopefully you can stop by. Definitely. I can interview you, entrepreneurs, calling all artists, anybody that's in the field or anybody that's outside the field, even people that, like clients that I've worked with in my past. It's like I manifested because they be calling me like, well, Miss Smith, when I'm going to get on your show? I'm like, I got to put them on it.
Yeah.
Because they are never going to let me live that dream down. But yeah, so that's one of a big project that I'm working on. And also, what else? I'm doing a fashion show in my hometown, so that's going to be a good project. And my birthday is coming up April 2nd, so that's going to be another project within itself.
That is cool. What are you doing for the birthday plan?
I always throw a huge party, so I'm going to throw a big, extravagant party. Hopefully you could come through.
Oh, send me the invite. Oh, that sounds like that's going to be exciting.
It's going to be fun.
Okay, bet.
Yeah.
Tell the audience where they can find you.
You can find me on Instagram at Tieara Leeann, TIEARALEEANN. It's on all platforms, YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, wherever you want to go.
Find you. Okay, awesome.
Yeah.
I'm going to have all of the links in the show notes, including the book.
Yeah.
I'm going to have a copy for myself. I want to thank all of the listeners for tuning in. I want to thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
And until next time.